Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson.
Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports Broadcast live from the capital city of California, Sacramento. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, to this broadcast of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. After this game, the Kings head back out on the road. Looking at their performance last year, they're about where you'd expect them to be, guys. They'd like to take that next step in a positive direction here, Steve, with a win.
And I think for Sacramento, hanging where they are, right in the middle of the standings, will not make things easy for them down the stretch.
Well, it figures to be a hectic finish to the season as they attempt to lock down a postseason berth. They've got very little margin for error the rest of the way.
So let's take a look at the Toronto Raptors starting lineup. Scola out there with DeMarre Carroll. Then it's DeRozan. Then it's Mr. Clutch. And it's Valanciunas in at the 5. Now here's Gay. His scoring totals are something to take note of. He's averaging over 19 points a game.
DeMarcus Cousins can really be unstoppable at times on offense. He's shown star qualities ever since he stepped into the NBA. But it wasn't until last season that he was voted to the All-Star game.
Sacramento with the ball. It's a three-point game. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like the defensive performance was shaky at best.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, Greg. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard for it as they should have.
And back to Cousins last year. He was the first Sacramento King to appear in an All-Star game, which is hard to believe in over a decade. That is a long stretch, a long drought.
I tell you what, no question he's been doing a lot of heavy lifting here early in his career. But I tell you what, you surround him with some sick talent, and you can see rings in this young man's future.
Mr. Clutch, again, Toronto.
And off to a strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch.
Outside Collison. Kicks it to Gay. Inside. And then Cousins with the dunk.
And now that the seal is broken, maybe their shooting will start to improve.
Yeah, I don't think they really wanted to have as cold a start as they did, but maybe that'll break the ice and they'll move forward in fine fashion from here.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like it. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing, and right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
Here's Scola. Shot is no good. Now Sacramento takes it the other way. This, their first look at this year's Toronto squad.
And this is the first of two games between the two, East versus West, so they don't see a whole lot of one another.
Yeah, and Greg, for me, that just raises the intrigue level. Some matchup we don't get to see that often. Well, I'll be watching this one closely. You know, you look at the Raptors, and they improved in a number of ways last season, but their bench play was one of their bigger improvements. I mean, they had one of the weaker benches in the league in 2014, but they flipped that around last year.
And that one's good by Gay.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
To the middle. Here's Valanciunas, and he slams it one-handed.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And, guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risks to see if they can cut that lead down.
Now the Raptors moving it up. Here's DeRozan. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
Timeout is called. First of the game for Sacramento. Greg, one thing about the Raptors last year, they made the moves they needed to in order to be sure to fix their bench, strengthen their bench. It showed on paper and in person.
Yeah, credit their front office. In 2014, they had a bottom 5 bench in terms of scoring. Last season, they flipped that, became a top 5 bench in terms of that scoring, and even had the 6th man of the year leading the way.
Lou Williams. Cauley-Stein kicks to Gay. Scola with the rebound.
He's lost it in this quarter, no doubt about it. Nothing seems to be going for him.
Pushing their lead to double digits. That's 12 points for Mr. Clutch.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's key to this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Rondo dishes to Butler. Cauley-Stein with the screen for Butler. Floats one, and he lays it up and in.
You know, obviously, he knows how to finish with some flair.
Toronto leading by 10. Here's Mr. Clutch. And again, it's Toronto converting.
They've been hot here early, dropping them in left and right.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. We'll see how long they can keep it going. Rondo with it. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Brooklyn. Yeah, but I also thought the rebounding was impressive. He got some huge boards in that game. Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Pass to Mr. Clutch. And DeRozan kicks to Scola. Down low. Over to the left wing. Carroll. No one around him. No good from outside. With 1 on the clock. Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far? Not sure you can play any better offensively.
Very few bumps in the road so far. It's been an easy ride for them. Sacramento didn't have a free-flowing offense, and they wanted to get up and down. And it showed in their play transitioning from stagnant to free-flowing.
So for Toronto right now, we've got DeRozan. Scola out there with Jonas Valanciunas. Then it's Damari Carroll. It's Mr. Clutch in at the 1. Here's Bellinelli. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Sacramento, a team that is likely to put it on the floor to attack. We saw that last year. They have no problem creating with clear movement versus ball movement, which is something which is a nice way to kind of begin the transition.
It is, and Kevin, they were dead last in the league in terms of catch-and-shoot field goal attempts. Also near the bottom in catch-and-shoot field goal percentage, so they might have been justified in that.
Caspi with the bucket.
Heads-up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
Raptors leading by 7. Here's Mr. Clutch. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Mr. Clutch has got 16 points.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
Bellinelli passes to Rondo. Screen by Cousins. Right side, Rondo. He dishes it to Casper. Shot clock at 3. The shot by Bellinelli. No good. Outside DeRozan. Three-pointer. Rebound by the Kings. They've got the Hawks ahead of them in their next game, and it's in Atlanta. They hit the road with that, the first of a 5-game run. Off the screen. Here's Koufos. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's because...
Oh, my goodness. He's just getting nasty on them now. Wow.
Yeah, now that they've built up a lead, this is when he really breaks out those incredibly slick moves.
Man, like a Ginsu knife, just slicing and dicing.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. Quincy Aces checked in for Sacramento. Collison comes in for Rajon Rondo. They set the pick. Down low. Here's Aces, and he dunks it after the pick. Frees him up.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Marquette deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out? Almost like the 1-2 punch.
How about that? Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yes, indeed.
A drive by Collison. Here's Bellinelli. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got his third rebound tonight. What do you have to like out of Valanciunas last season? Improved efficiency. The game really, Clark, seemed to slow down for him.
Yeah, he entered the league a little green. I mean, would make a lot of mistakes, but had excellent tools. So with enthusiasm and hard work, you knew it was just a matter of time.
For Toronto, they come in off the loss to the Pelicans.
Man, that was a
wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying, Clark, to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure. And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint. That's the second personal foul. If he gets another, it probably puts him on the bench for the rest of the first half.
Sacramento making some changes. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Cousins. Gay comes in for Caspi, and it's Butler in for Bellinelli. They swipe it. Now here's Collison, a fast break opportunity. Here's Gay. They get the rebound. Cauley-Stein dishes to Butler. Pass to Collison. They shoot again, and the shot is good. The Raptor lead has been cut down to 7 on the bucket from Butler.
The offense has a better flow, and it actually looks better here in the second quarter.
It does. They're playing with a little bit more bounce in their step and trying to close this gap.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
Sacramento moving it around. Gay drives in. That's good.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number one right now. Nothing easy on the inside. And guys, you see how Rudy Gay just exploded last season in the second half. I mean, I think he felt at ease in George Karl's system. And I think that's one reason why you're starting to see just how good Rudy Gay can be.
Here's Butler. It's deflected, and that goes out of bounds. Last touch by Kieran. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. DeRozan against Butler. Shot clock at 5. Here's Gay. Cannot hit.
How about him there just bodying him up to make him alter the trajectory on that shot?
In a pretty tight.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. It's Toronto with the advantage at the half. They hold a 4-point lead, starting with... And time now to send you back down to the floor with Kevin Harlan. We will...
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. What can you say, Mr. Clutch? An impressive effort here today.
He created a lot of quality shots for himself in that first half, and he knew when to pass it up when the double team came.
And that led to a very high points per shot number for him. For those of you that are into analytics, that stat really tells how efficient a player has been, and he's been very efficient so far.
It's easy out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Collison. Then there's Bellinelli. And it's Gay in at the small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Here's Cousins. And good. Got the final bounce off the right side of the rim. Cousins has got 8 points.
You know, as soon as he recognized the height mismatch, he immediately pulled up the shot.
And Greg, that's just good basketball. Come on, good basketball there. A clean look from that range. He's got to take it.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Raptors have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. Toronto was a strong team on the road last season, Clark. A big part of why they came away with 49 wins on the season.
And 22 of those 49 wins were on the road. As a group, they managed to keep things close on the road. And because of that competitiveness, they were over 500 there as well.
Gay can't get it to go.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession. Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
The Kings trail by 9. Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
And as you said, the Raptors kept things close on the road. In the NBA, they had one of the better point differential in terms of victories on the road last season.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hey, guys. Well, George Karl had some advice for the team in that last huddle. He was intent on running the offense through DeMarcus Cousins. Coach is calling on him to play a big role in the offense for the rest of this game, to really be one of the key guys for them down the stretch. Probably a good time to make some changes with a good chunk of the second half still to go, Kevin.
And thank you, Doris.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it. And you mentioned this, I mean, with the Raptors. Only Golden State, Atlanta, and the Clippers had a better road margin of victory than them. It just goes to show you how tough the Raptors were on the road last season. And, you know, guys, Marco Bellinelli really hit his stride 2 seasons ago. He was way up across the board as a shooter and assist man. Even his rebounding had improved over his career averages. But then last year, he took a bit of a step back. If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow, just like he got there.
It's deflected and stolen by Koufos. And now here's Rondo, the fast break opportunity. Carroll with the rebound. Carroll's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Talking about Bellinelli, he won the NBA three-point shootout back in 2014. Looked like he'd perfected his stroke. That gave him Greg confidence in every other part of his game.
And talent is one thing, but confidence truly does trump almost everything else. And he just didn't seem to have it last season, but he has that craftiness and high-level skill set to really bounce back this year and prove that he's the real deal.
The Kings trail by 10 to the middle. Trying to break that ice-cold streak, and Gay lays it in. Gay's got 7 points.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride. Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Here's Bellinelli. DeRozan defending. Here's the screen. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Cousins. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Cousins has got 6 here in this quarter.
Really good example there. Fine interior passing before that basket. How about that? Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yes, indeed.
Here's Koufos and the rejection by Valanciunas.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle, and that's held true in this one so far.
And Clark, their effort on the glass has given them the advantage, but it's also been the effort in general that's made a difference.
Now Bellinelli. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. And yes, sir, that one drops. Raptors leading by 10. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. Terrible turnover.
Sacramento making some changes. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Cousins. Husby comes in for Koufos, and it's Butler in for Bellinelli. Here's Gay. 7 points in the game. Can't get it to fall. Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. The Raptors shooting the ball with incredible accuracy, 68% so far. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. They've got Jonas Valanciunas. Jamal Carroll is out there with Scope. And it's Mr. Clutch. And it's DeRozan in at the two-guard spot. Here's Mr. Clutch. Misses off the right angle.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Butler kicks to Caspi. And he gets it to go. Caspi's got it back down to single digits for the Kings.
Consistency all game long. He's going to continue.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, used to love to go up and jam like that.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Peel. Butler goes in, and he connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
The shot is off. The Kings trail by 8. Collison the pass to call his foul. It's stolen by DeRozan. And here's the break. All going up court.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Yes, Kevin, over that break, I was able to catch the message George Karl was giving to his team. He talked mainly about giving them a different look defensively and dropping more bodies into the paint, saying, listen, they're eating us up on the inside, and we need to do whatever it takes to stop it. Guys, back to you.
Smooth guy. Very good job there of getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
And you know, those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes as much as any single play in the game.
Yeah, and you can't allow, if you're the opponent, to have that guy continue to beat you in that manner on the backcourt.
Well, they were sleeping on defense. The defense really didn't do its job. I mean, a little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint. That's costly.
And at this stage of a tight game, the tired legs really start to show. A defense becomes vulnerable if you can continue to pound it inside. And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
Sacramento making a switch here. Gaze checked in. Raptors leading by 4. Doubled by Collison. Rosen dishes to Valanciunas. Jacks up a 3. And Jamal Carroll good for 3.
And he's been the catalyst all game long. Love how he's distributing the basketball.
No doubt about it, Greg. I mean, when the offense runs through him, it's really smooth. No way to mess that one up, Kevin. I mean, he powered it down with both hands.
Not this guy. He is a superb finisher.
And when he gets near the hoop, guys, he is a tour de force.
The wide open look here for DeRozan. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
This guy will really make you pay if you leave him enough room outside.
Feeds it to Bellinelli. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. There's Mr. Clutch. Offline with his 3.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
The drive by Gage. Here's Cousins. Carries it down low. Cousins has got 12 points here in the second half.
It's starting to look like a repeat of last night, guys. He's battling really hard out there.
Mr. Clutch, the pass to Valanciunas. That's good. And the Raptors lead by 8.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
You look at Mr. Clutch, he's really been playing well.
He's definitely rolling offensively. You might not be able to stop him, but you've got to find a way to contain him.
Rajon Rondo is checked in for Darren Collison. And Toronto also making a switch. Howard is checked in. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Kept alive, Bellinelli. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And Lowry gets it to go.
3-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
And now's the time for them to step on the gas pedal. Don't let up. Keep letting it fly from deep and build that lead. Play through the finish line, not to it. Keep the pressure on.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're making things far too easy for him when you let him get it that deep.
I echo that. Ditto. I mean, you've got to do your work early to try to keep him out of the post. Hide him a little bit. Keep him away from that spot he wants. Tell you what, as well as you shot in the last quarter, Kevin, it's a total flip here in this one. You just can't get anything going back.
And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. Cousins kicks to Rondo. Back to Cousins. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Rondo, a master at setting up teammates.
The Raptors have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth and even 50%. Carroll dishes to Scola. Carroll passes to Mr. Clutch. Rondo on the double team. Lowry from outside. And that one's good. And the Raptors lead by 7.
And with that basket, you'd have to think this lead is secure.
It's not possible what we just caught. Is that possible?
Not probable, but it is possible, partner. It is possible.
That's one of the few guys in the entire league who can pull off something like that.
Clark, they'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see some long possessions out of them going forward.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Gay outside.
Rudy Gay is on like he is now. There's not a whole lot you can do about it.
15 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and they commit an intentional foul. See another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Sure. It's not over. It's as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they got to try to manage it.
That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that will put them up by 2. Now a timeout called by Sacramento. They trail by 2. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
You know what? You can go for the 3 to win or the 2 to tie. What's your choice in a situation like this, Clark?
Well, I don't think you set that decision in stone and anchor it in this timeout. You see how things play out. You're going to try to get a good, quick shot. And if it's a good 3 with a good shooter, let it fly. If it's something in the paint, then you take that. But it's about being a good, quick shot in this situation.
And so the big win by Toronto in a tight game. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson. Got Shaquille O'Neal. Got just a monstrous first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game.